Wait till our 30th anniversary. Where should we go?
Candyland. Trying to see some strippers.
Bro, you know people watch, I tell you this all the time. You know people be watching this.
Hey, I'm trying to see the strippers number one.
Hello, just say you playing, bro. Say I'm joking, bro. Say I'm just playing.
I ain't playing. Yeah, I'm not playing. This is like true. I'm not playing.
Bro, okay.
Before I even get into the video, let me give y'all a quick disclaimer. This video is filled with my opinions and my opinions alone. Everything is all alleged. Nothing is factual. I do not know any of these people personally. Now, this is a commentary channel, and oftentimes I use clips as part of my critical review and right along with fair use guidelines. Now, with that being said, I just want to say when I saw that clip, I was flabbergasted and disgusted. Because don't black men say that their presence in the home and as active fathers encourages black boys and young black men to be their best selves? Yet I see a black father not checking or even discouraging or even feeling uncomfortable at the fact that his minor child is talking about seeing grown women in a state of undress. That to me is wild. And it's crazy how degenerate behavior is encouraged to be viewed as normal in young black boys and black men. And then the black community is always acting shocked at the outcomes of a lot of the men in the black community. And I know when I see black mothers that have their young black daughters twerking or cursing or even wearing bundles or lashes or nails or whatever at an age that is considered to be too young, all I see is shame in those comments. Shame, shame, shame. People bashing the mothers for their lack of parenting skills. But when it comes to black men, there's a whole different standard. 2 Chainz can sit there and act lightweight proud that his young son, who isn't even a preteen yet. This boy is 9 years old. 9. And he's sitting there talking about, I'm not playing. When he's talking about he wants to see women objectified and undressed. To me, that's strange. That's very weird. And then my thing is that when he grows up to be a perverted, womanizing POS, then his mother's going to act bewildered and act like she doesn't know where the influence came from, when it was his freaking father. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, this boy is 9 years old, and he is in a state of mind right now where he is easily pliable, easily influenced. He's copying everything that he sees the people that he admires do, which would be his father. So you already know that when he is exhibiting these signs of behavior, or not these signs of behavior, I guess I'm trying to say the patterns of behavior that you're seeing, him objectifying women and thinking that doing these type of things is masculine and cool, then you already know that his father is lightweight encouraging it. Or he's fostering an environment to where his young son believes that this type of behavior is associated with being a man, it's associated with masculinity, it's associated with being cool, being a man. You get what I'm saying? And it's crazy because it's like no one in the black community still gets this, at least not the collective is what I'm saying. The double standard of how black boys versus black girls, how they are treated, is why the outcomes of both are so very opposite. Like, I'm going to give y'all a perfect example. T.I. Somebody like T.I. that said that he was going to the doctor to check his daughter's hymen to see if his daughter was still a virgin. That was very important to him. But then turn around and be very lenient with his son's sexual escapades and their wrongdoing. And then even when one of his sons, King, was wilding out and getting arrested and talking about T.I., all he did is do an interview where nobody can stop it but him. It's out of my hands. And that to me is insane because T.I.'s type of harshness and control with the daughters and complete unadulterated freedom with the boys, That's why the black community is the way it is, because T.I. is no different than a lot of men in the black community, or even a lot of black women believe in giving leniency to black boys. And, I wish that people would understand that it's the reason why black women soar and the reason why black men perform poorly. It's the reason why black men's stats have decreased in so many areas each year. It's the reason why we have no hospitals, no schools, no communities. Nothing of note that black men have created for the black community or on a large scale like other races of men. It's the reason why black men and black boys are hypersexual. They're out here making baby mamas of everybody that they put their hands on, because we have told them that this is acceptable behavior by not nipping it in the bud from the very beginning, from youth, and it's crazy to me, because this whole fantasy idea that all a black man or a black boy needs to be a picture perfect member of society is to have a black father around is madness. It really is. It's complete and utter madness, because constantly we see things like this. Black men pass down toxic masculinity, sexism, colorism, and dysfunction down to their sons like an heirloom. And it happens all the time. A lot of black fathers see nothing wrong with sexualizing their sons, thinking that they are turning them into a real man or stopping them from a potential LGBTQ lifestyle, which is insane. Boosie is a perfect example of that, who said that he would give a paid escort to his underage son. Not to mention the 20 versus 1 where he was with his son, degrading and objectifying women. Just disgusting. And, these are just two examples of black men that are in the public eye that you would know, that are present and active in their sons' lives, that black men praise all the time. But they are not doing what they need to do as fathers. But once again, the bar is in the deepest, darkest pits of hell when it comes to anything regarding black men in the black community. Like, a black man doesn't have to be a good father. Just the mere fact that he decided to stick around means that he deserves a gold medal and all the praise in the world. The sons that he raises may not even turn out right, but hey, he was still there, right? And that is the difference in treatment that black men receive for sticking around than black women. Because all a black man has to do is be there somewhat, and he is so great, so phenomenal. He's not responsible for anything. But the black mother that's been toiling, pouring into, praying over, doing all of these things for her children and for her sons, she gets no type of respect or acknowledgement. I just want to say that this type of black fatherhood is so neglectful and so irresponsible, because anything schmexual regarding a minor is disgusting, boy or girl. And this idea that boys can somehow handle inappropriate or adult material at a young age is the reason why so many young boys have been victimized by adults, men and women, and then they don't even think that they've been taken advantage of. They'll say, oh, no, I knew what I was doing, or I wanted it, or boys always want it. And that's a dangerous position to put your child in. It's a dangerous position to put your 9-year-old baby in, because if you are underage, you're being taken advantage of. There's no way in the world that your underage son should feel like it's comfortable to even say these type of things, or that it would even be okay for him to go do that. Because any woman that would be a dancer that would dance for a 9-year-old, she needs to be on the list herself. Honestly, I would look at her like she's a predator, her doggone self, because what? And all I'm saying is that 2 Chainz's behavior is disgusting, honestly. And his son's behavior is not cute. I can't hold him completely responsible for it because he's only 9. He don't know no better. All he is doing is regurgitating the things that he's seen uplifted, that he thinks he's supposed to do to look cool. That's all he's doing. But I will say that if his son is left unchecked, he will grow up and be a pookie. He will grow up and be a womanizer. He will grow up and possibly be a money bag yo. with a bajillion different children and baby mamas, you know? And this behavior is not to be tolerated or encouraged. And I saw another post. This isn't the first thing, but I didn't never see anybody really talk about it. I never really saw anyone speak on it. There was another podcast clip where 2 Chainz was with his son, and his son was 7 back then. But I'm going to show y'all that.
I wasn't getting chicks at 7.
Because you wasn't built like me.
Yeah, I wasn't built like you. You built different.
I'm built different, you know. You know, me and my sisters built different. I don't know about you and mama, but I can get chicks at 7.
You can get chicks at 7.
I can get chicks at 7.
You look like you are dead serious right now. You like you're...
Now, as you can see in that clip, how he was talking about, like, you're not built like me, and just the way he was speaking, his mannerisms and everything else, you could tell that he is definitely influenced by the environment around him, by other men, by his dad, and he feels like getting chicks or whatever, that's something that he should be doing as a little boy. That's something that he feels is cool, that will get him props. And you know, it's just crazy. Like, talking about ain't nobody getting girls like him. I'm 7 years old getting chicks. In what world should this be encouraged? In what world is this the type of demeanor that you want a little itty bitty boy to have? And then if we have to think about it moving forward in the future, if you instill that in your child when he is a little baby, how do you think he will handle women when he becomes an adult man? All he will leave is dysfunction, broken hearts, and baby mamas, and broken families in his wake. That's all he will do. It's absolutely disgraceful. And what y'all just saw, the first clip, that's 2 years later. 2 years later. And he's gotten even worse. Now he's talking about dancers. And, you know, I just want the Black community to understand one thing. The Black community to understand one thing. Sorry, I had to say it twice, like Dr. Umar, okay? Having a father around. And you know what? That's so funny I said Dr. Umar, because you already know he's not a father that's around. But anyway, having a father around is not a guarantee that your child or your son is going to turn out right. It's not. I think that focusing on the quality of father and the quality of parenting that the father is actually doing is what the Black community needs to be focused on. You know, but I feel like this is crazy. Like, real time, you're seeing how Black fathers are destroying their sons. You are seeing how they are passing dysfunction down. And that's the reason why the same complaints that Black women had about Black men in the 1950s are the same complaints that they have here in 2025. A lot don't care who tell it. All right. You like to say that the problem is single Black mothers or Black mothers in general, when really the main issue, the real issue is whether the boy has a father around or not, is the encouragement and the passing down of negative value systems from Black men to Black boys. And that could be your cousin, your nephew, your brother. It could be your dad. It could be Black men in your area that you're around. It could be peers, but it is being passed down by the men, and it is a shame, honestly. But you know what? I'm not a man, nor am I a father. But I will say that I am definitely tired of seeing mothers be demonized as the end all be all of all the problems with how young Black men are turning out, that mothers are the reasons why. But we never talk about the fathers, and we never talk about the values that they are instilling and putting in their sons. That is very negative, and it's destroying the Black community. But you know what? I digress. If you watched this whole video and you enjoyed it, please do me a favor and drop a 0 in the comments, because we need 0. None of these type of Black fathers around. You do not get a participation trophy. You do not get props for being around as a father if you are ruining your son with your presence. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. Just do your girl a free favor. It won't cost you anything. I know times are hard out here. I know we all struggling to make it. So do me a favor and follow your girl on TikTok. That's for the free. I do live stream there exclusively. We do get a little messy. We do get a little crazy. So if you like a little bit of messiness, all right, a little bit of tea being clocked, then go ahead and follow your girl on TikTok. And also, if you could follow your girl on YouTube, I am on the road to 20K. So please hit subscribe and that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads, so that you can help me reach my goals. If you enjoy the videos, even if you don't, even if you use them as content because you don't like me, go ahead and do me a solid and hit that subscribe button, all right? And as always, ladies, I really love to hear from y'all. So please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.